Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today we're going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon an FX television series with the name of The Americans. I'm going to talk about Season 2, Episode 2, titled Cardinal. Pretty much what we have going on in this episode is we have, obviously if you watched the first episode of Season 2 of The Americans on the FX channel, you know that there is somebody out there that is killing off Russian spies. Well, in this episode, we are given a few more clues to who that is. We still don't know who it is, but we're a little suspicious of some people that it might be, or at least in my opinion, I am. So we're finding out that it seems like the cops are not involved at all. It seems that whoever is killing off the Russian spies is someone that knows everything about them. They know who they are, they know the information, they know who they are personally, so it's going to be really curious to find out who they are. But from what I saw in this episode, from what I understand, it doesn't seem like the cops are involved with killing off the Russian spies, because, and the reason I say that is because the cops are also looking for the people that killed off, Emmett and Leanne's character. I believe the two characters, the two Russian spies were. That's pretty much what this episode's about. Everyone's trying to find out, who killed who. In this episode, we have Elizabeth's character. She's very paranoid. She's afraid for her kid. She's afraid her kid's going to get hurt. We have Philip's character that goes off to see one of Emmett's friends. Of course, this friend didn't know that they were, that this Emmett guy was in disguise as a guy named Paul. So we have that going on, and that's pretty much the gist. We have Stan's character, played by the actor Noah Emmerich, and he's getting closer and closer to Nina's character. He's actually starting to fall in love with her. So we have that going on, and that pretty much, that's pretty much the gist of this episode. The main thing is, Philip investigating a lead, trying to find out who the killer is. That's the main plot for episode 2, titled Cardinal, for season 2 of the FX television series by the name of The Americans. Overall, my thoughts on this episode: what another fantastic, great, and amazing episode of the FX television series by the name of The Americans. The first episode started off with a bang. This second episode of The Americans on the FX channel was a little bit slower, but that's not a complaint at all. Don't get me wrong. It was slower, but it was a great build-up. I have about 2 favorite particular scenes in this episode that I want to talk about. One is that whenever I believe the guy's name is Frank or something like that, but it's the guy where I believe his name is Philip, played by the actor Matthew Rhys. Matthew Rhys' character goes into the guy's house, ends up getting shocked by the box, and then he wakes up, however long it is later, to, a guy holding a gun in his face. And I love the whole conversation they have. Philip telling Frank's character, saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is who I am, I can't tell you everything, but this is the truth, and this is the reality of the situation. And I love the whole breakdown moment of Frank, breaking down, taking the truth in, realizing that his friend, Paul, or Emmett, now as he knows him, is dead and lied to him the whole time, and they were really close friends. Because you're not supposed to get close to anyone. So I love that whole scene between those two. That was a great scene, great element of the episode. Another favorite scene of mine, this is actually my favorite scene out of the entire particular and certain episode, is at the very end of the episode, and it's the conversation between Philip and Elizabeth. Our conversation between my 2 main actors, Matthew Rhys and Kerry Russell's characters, and I believe Matthew Rhys says something along the lines of, he says, we'll have to get used to this lifestyle. We're going to have to get used to this. She says, how, because she's worried about her kids. She's worried because there's a killer on the loose, and she's pretty much says, in simple terms, how are we going to get through this? And he says, we will, we always have, we'll get used to it. And I love that whole scene between them two. Like I said, this episode is pretty much a build-up point all the way to that last scene in the episode. I also like this episode because we really get to dive into Kerry Russell's character. Her character is developed in a great fashion. We finally see how paranoid she is. She's looking around. She keeps looking at the construction workers. She keeps looking for some sort of signal. She really wants to find out who the killer is. She's paranoid as heck, paranoid as can be. She can't seem to calm herself down because she's worried about her kids. She's worried about whether or not they're going to be the next ones to be killed off. And she has every right to be worried. So overall, I really like Kerry Russell. Matthew Rhys also does a great job in this episode, being the supportive father, having to juggle both lifestyles. The lifestyle with Martha his his sort of fake wife, the ones he gets information on, and then the relationship with his real wife, Kara Russell's character playing the character of Elizabeth Jennings, and overall just I love the whole juggling lifestyles, having to do both things, his job, his family life, some good stuff. Some other notable actors I would like to point out is Lev Gorn, playing the character of Arkady Ivanov, the Russian general character. He's a great character. I really enjoyed him in the first season, and he's also great in this season. Another character is the actress of Allison Wright, playing the character of Martha Hansen. She has no idea the reality of the situation. She has no idea that Clark is not who he says he is, and that's just a great plot point. I'm wondering, when the real thing's going to come out. Probably not for a while, but when it does, it's going to be a big thing, right? And then we have Holly Taylor playing the character of Paige Jennings, Elizabeth and Philip's daughter, and she is getting a little suspicious of their lifestyle. She doesn't know they're Russian spies yet. She has no idea that they're KGB officers, but she is a little suspicious. She's starting to sort of put things together. She knows something's not right. She knows something's going on, and she definitely knows that her parents aren't telling her everything. Overall, episode 2 of the FX television series, Naming the Americans, is a great slow build episode that definitely builds up on the series in general, and I can't wait to see where it's gonna go. Once again, that's my review of season 2, episode 2, titled Cardinal, for the FX television series, Naming the Americans. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below. I'll see you guys later for more videos by Centipede Geek.